Welcome back to another episode of Yu-geeki-oh. I'm so psyched to see you all here again today, and I hope you all have had a blessed and amazing day. And if not, let me try to make it better with this video. So, today we're going over the hottest topic in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, and that being why people are quitting. A lot of people are quitting Yu-Gi-Oh today and going to like other games like Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, One Piece, just other games, because they claim that the game today, if you're playing in the Master Rules 5 meta format, and you're going to like tournaments and stuff, and going to regionals and nationals and everything, that it is virtually impossible. And I cannot disagree with that. If you are not playing the same deck as the guy sitting across from you that costs hundreds of dollars, then you're going to lose, and there's no point in spending hundreds of dollars to go to regionals or nationals or anything like that. So, I can't blame you for feeling that way. However, that doesn't mean that you have to quit. Especially if you're somebody going to these tournaments, if you've already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the past to get these decks, to get these cards, to go to these events. What's the point? What was the point in spending it all? You know? I get that maybe there was experience from it and that you've had a lot of fun or whatever, but don't just completely quit. You know what I'm saying? There's other ways to do it. Like, for instance, I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links going right now. You can hop on here. There's two ways to duel on here. There's Rush Duel and Speed Duel. They got different worlds it goes through. And there's just different things to do, you know? Like there's some other ways to play. There's the Edison format. You can play Edison format. There's some local stores, like my local card store. They're locals. They give you the choice to play Master Rules 5 or Edison format. Find somewhere that does that. Play with your friends. Set up your own little tournaments. I didn't always have a local card store I could go to for local tournaments. I had to do my own thing. So me and my friends set up tournaments and do stuff like that. Don't just waste hundreds of dollars. You're not going to get the same price for the cards that you've already spent money on. You're going to get less money. So it's not like you'd be making a profit from the cards that you sell if you end up deciding to quit. I'm not saying don't go and explore other games. I play Magic, I play Lorcana, I dabble in Pokemon, kind of, not really, but kind of. I mean, it just doesn't make any logical sense to spend all this money to then quit. I mean, if you're still going to collect cards and whatnot, okay, that's cool. But what's the point in collecting cards if they're not going to be shown or used? And they're not going to be shown or used if you start just playing other card games, because you're eventually just going to forget about them. So there's other ways to play the game. You don't have to go spend hundreds of dollars to go to events, to go buy hotel rooms, to go get food and whatnot before the event. You don't have to play the same deck. You can go out to locals, or you can go and play different things like Duel Links, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus, or I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book. That's another popular one. I mean, there's countless well, I wouldn't say countless options, but there's so many options that you could take. You could even make the game interesting, create your own fake cards, and duel with your friends that way. There's so many different ways that you can just have fun with the game and not have to worry about meta. And I think I'm not bashing on anybody who wants to quit the game. Not at all. All I'm saying is if you've spent all this money on the game, it just doesn't make sense to quit the game. It doesn't make sense to quit the game in total. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to win every game. You're not going to win every tournament. At the end of the day, it's a game. It's a card game. And as much as some people want to take it so seriously that, like, it's their whole lives and they eat, sleep, and breathe the card game, it's not that serious at any standpoint. For example, I play on Nexus a lot. On Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus, you can go through, make an account. It's a website. It's not an app. You can go through, you make an account. It has every deck, even it has every card, not every deck. So I guess you can make any deck with every card in the game. It has every card, OCG, TCG, whatever you can think of. Has every single card in the entire game, whether it's been released out in the US or released out in Japan, whatever. It has the cards. So you can make any deck that you want. You could get early access to cards and it'll have the accurate description. So you could even go on there and try out decks that you're not able to actually use IRL yet. And at the end of the day, you'll feel a lot better about buying other cards, buying singles, buying packs, because you'll know, okay, well, this card's going to work in this deck and this card's not going to work in this deck, and you'll be able to play around with it. Not only that, but you don't have to play with people. They have bots on there. You can play with a bot. They have mini games like puzzles and stuff and trivia and whatnot. Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus is just a really good dueling website to use. I'm not going to say it's the best because it wouldn't be a fact. In my opinion, I would say it's the best dueling website that you could use. I use it a lot. I've got tons of decks on there, different ones. The possibilities on there are endless. I mean, and so many other people use it. And a lot of the time, that's how me and my friends, we test out decks, or we go through and we just play each other. We just have a little bit of fun. Sometimes we create decks based off of characters from the show, and we duel it out that way, and it's just a lot of fun. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book, it's also just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Nexus, kind of. It's a little bit more difficult to use. I've only used it once or twice, and that was a while ago, so I don't know if it's changed or updated any. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Book is pretty much the same. You go on there, you build your deck, you play against people or bots or, whichever. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, it's going to have pretty much all the cards up to date in the TCG. And you can play, it's an app you can put on your phone, your Xbox, your computer, your PlayStation, your laptop, iPad, whatever. It's a cross-platform game. It's completely free. They're all completely free. You don't have to pay anything for them. You just go through, get the cards that you want, build the decks that you want, play with the people that you want, with no backlash, no toxicity or anything like that. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, you can earn gems in the game, just like in Duel Links. and you go through and you use those gems to buy the packs that you want, that have cards in them that you want, to then build better, stronger decks to go against other people. They have ranked duels in there. They have events in there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links was basically just a beta type of game, a testing game to see how well Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel would do. And since Duel Links hit it off so well, they made Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, which if you decide to go and download it, you'll see how that makes sense, because in the beginning they give you a little survey and they ask, have you ever played the game before? Have you ever read the manga? Have you ever played Duel Links? Have you done this or done that? And just go through and answer it. There's even a bonus survey where you can go and answer some questions. It takes like 3 minutes, maybe at most. And you go through and you get 50 gems for free. In the beginning, you don't even have to go through the whole tutorial. You just skip it. You get like 2,000 gems. You know? You get to pick one of 3 starting decks. You get Cybers, there's Synchros, like Junk Warrior, and then there's a Dragon deck with Blue Eyes in it. So, I mean, and then you can earn the other decks plus more decks as you go down through the line. There's even a solo duel option where you can go through and you play through different stories of different cards and stuff. And I mean, I would say it's a pretty fun app. And I know there's a lot of other people that use it, a lot of other YouTubers. And you can have friends on that app that you can choose to duel with them, just like on Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And I mean, if you want to go and play another card game like Lorcana or Magic, more power to you. Go ahead and do that. If you want to quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Forever, more power to you. Go ahead and do that. I just don't think, in my opinion, that it's very logical to just quit a game that you've worked years on. To just get rid of decks that you've worked years on, spent countless dollars on, countless amounts of money on. You know? It's just not very feasible to go off and just quit something that you spent so much time and effort on, that you've worried so much about. It's kind of like going and deciding to go to college and getting halfway through college. You've made it to your senior year. You're about to graduate and you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna drop out. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So what? You can't go play in tournaments. You can't win tournaments. Okay. There was a point in time where, you know, tournaments, they were just another thing, and now it's the whole game. Everybody thinks, okay, well, I play the game, so I might as well go play in a tournament, and I have to win, or I have to play in this tournament. I have to go play in regionals. I have to go play in nationals. Why do you have to? You don't have to do any of it. Play the game how you want to play it, with who you want to play it. If you want to go to nationals, you want to go to regionals, and you end up matching with somebody who has a deck that, you know, makes the game virtually impossible to win or to play, forfeit the match. Go home. But I mean, don't just quit the game. At the end of the day, it's always good to keep your options open and have fallback plans and you know, have other options like Magic or Lorcana or the One Piece game or Pokemon. I just started getting into Lorcana. I've been into Magic for a little while. I have collected some Pokemon cards. I learned how to play once, kind of forgot, but I mean, I have options. I focus mainly on Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I don't really worry about nationals, regionals. I've never been to nationals, never been to regionals, you know? I've been to locals once or two or three times. I mainly play with myself. I'll pair up different decks that I have and play against myself. I'll play with my dad. I will play with my brother. I will play with my girlfriend, you know? I'll play with my friends. I'll find more people to play with. I don't need that I don't need rewards for playing a game that I like to play. I win, I lose, oh well. So, at the end of the day, that winning or losing, it's not going to matter 50 years down the road. It'll be a nice memory to look back on, but, I mean, I would rather look back on a memory that makes me happy rather than a memory that's like, oh, well, that's nice. I won that 50 years ago and I wasted so much time just to win it. Or I could think about it like, man, that was a fun time. I spent so much time with family and friends just having a fun time with a game that I love, that they love. And just revisiting memories like that. Because one day it might not be here, you know? And I'll leave a link to the different apps and websites and stuff in the comment section or in the description box below. If you like the video or if you don't like the video, you can tell me why in the comment section below. If you have different views, I'm more than happy to read them, you know, to know what you think on the subject, on the situation. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. I hope you all continue to have an amazing day and have a blessed day. And if you weren't before, I hope I made it better.